always wanted to write, but I didn't have the moxie to just go and do it. And I also knew I needed some kind of way of earning money. And so when I was an undergraduate, like a lot of my students, I had an English degree. I studied English, but I took the creative writing class module here and there. And, you know, and I loved those. But I knew I had to get a job, so I volunteered for the student newspaper. And then I sort of fell in love with journalism itself, and that was after my BA. That's what I did for 6 years full time. But there's a moment when my partner at the time was, you know, the New York Times, as you guys probably know, is on Sunday is about that big, and there's about 80 sections. And he was pulling all the news sections, and I was pulling the book review section. And I thought, wait a minute, this is what I want to be doing. And so then I started taking graduate classes, and then I enrolled in the MFA program at Columbia.
I see. Because I always think of journalism as a great training in several aspects of fiction writing that are vital. Above all, being a good observer, being able to notice what's happening and then find words for it. But also sort of thinking through, if you like, the evidence for the story. What kind of journalism are you doing, if I might ask?
Oh, I was very much in those early years a local news reporter, working for, you know, medium-sized newspapers in Connecticut, which is where I grew up. And at one point we joked I had the 4-H beat. It was health, humanities, human services, and holiness. We covered religion. And then I covered education. And then after I went to graduate school, I started freelancing for the New York Times, and I was covering sort of statewide Connecticut issues. So I was very much a news reporter, but also loved writing feature stories. And so that was probably a way of being a little bit creative.